your visa approved. Yeah.
Okay, good
The
evening,
ball is yours.
everybody. Good evening, everybody. So, I'll be quick with this, right? But one thing I'll start with is that I came to CareerLeap with absolutely no knowledge about this whole visa interview thing. And also, like, even before I even applied to the United States, I was hearing different, like, opinions on how the interview will go, how strict it can be, how they can deny people 5 times, 4 times. But one thing that kept me was determination. Actually, when we started the whole visa interview mock session process, I was already doubting myself that I cannot do this, I cannot do this. But at the same time, I had to like find motivation. And I would like to thank Mr. Abiodun too. It really helped me. He helped me structured. I mean, he helped me structure my answers. I was initially I was thinking that I was able to do this interview and it's not just to talk and convince. But at the same time, sometimes when he asks me questions, I'll just go blank. I'll be like, what am I supposed to say? That kind of thing. So he built my confidence. And in as much as your career leap is helping you, with this whole mock session thing, you also have to do the work too at the back end yourself, and you have to invest in yourself. You have to watch videos, search and search and search. So that's basically what I did. And towards like my interview dates, it was like intense, let's say intense practice, and I was able to get over my fears, work on how I speak, gain more confidence, have more courage. And when I got there, my interview was, the time was stated for 6:45. When I got there, I mean I was not scared. I was so confident in myself, and it got to a point that the lady in front of me looked back and she was like, "Have I done this before?" I told her, "I have not done it before. This is my first time, and this is my first attempt." And she was like, "Why am I acting like I've been here and I've been denied?" I said, "Madam, I've not been denied before. I just have this, full confidence in myself that I'm going to go there and I'm going to do well." And that was the mindset I had when I got there. And mind you, this is because of the career leap, mock session I had. Like, I was able to gain my confidence. Like, I remember when we started, I'll ask Mr. Abiodun, "Can I come again?" He'd be like, "No, you cannot come again. You cannot come again. You have to do it like you are there." And that was the mindset I had when I was going there. When I got there, I made sure I did exactly what Mr. Abiodun told me to do. He said I should look straight into their face. I should, smile. And when I smiled at the visa officer, she looked at me because she denied like three people in front of me. Like, I was the second person or third person that particular visa officer was, that particular visa officer approved that day. And she smiled at me back, and I was like, in my mind, I'm like, you give me this visa. And basically I was over prepared. That's all I can say. I was over prepared, and my whole story basically was just great because the visa officer was even like, I should just give her straight answers. And I was like, oh wow, you want straight answers? But I did not listen. I still gave her everything I worked on. She was like, did you practice for this? And I said, no. And she was like, okay, go on. I'm listening to you. And she asked me all the question if I've been to the United States. I told her different things. Then it got to a point whereby she asked me what my postgraduate plan was. And I remember what I planned on saying and what Mr. Biodun had already walked me through. And that was what I said. And before I even finished, she was like, welcome to the United States. And she gave me the white slip. So I'm really grateful for CareerLeap for, this, for the training, because this was literally my first attempt. I've not done student visa before in my life. The last time I did it was visiting. I did not talk. It was my parents, and I literally had somebody that went to the embassy to do the second attempt, and it got denied. And I'm like, wow. Aside from God's grace, it shows that preparation and hard work and determination. When you make up your mind that, you see, when everybody's saying this US visa is hard, it will not be hard for me. I went into that embassy that day with the fighting mindset. Like, I went there, I'm like, you see this visa, I'm going to get it. I told my passport that morning, I said, you're not coming back home with me. So basically that's all I have to say. And for everybody who is, currently with CareerLeap right now, I'll tell you guys that this platform is actually a very good one. It's actually a very good one. Like, I came into this platform with, will I say, shyness. lack of public speaking. And look at me now, I'm speaking so well. I mean, sometimes I'll stammer. And when I got there, I was able to give her everything. She even looked at me as I was talking. I was looking at her back. So she looked at me, she like turned her face back. She just started imputing words on my I-20 into her computer. I knew she had already approved it. And I told her, I said, thank you very much. She was like, welcome to the United States. And that was it. So that's what I have to say. Thank you, CareerLeap. Thank you, Mr. Biodun.
Thank you very much. Maybe that's actually an interesting story, honestly. Your first attempt, and you did justice to that. Welcome to the United States. All right. Tosin, are you there?
Yeah, I am here. Good evening, everybody.
Hi, Tosin. Hi,
Good
good
evening.
evening.
Oh, okay. At first, I just want to say a very big thank you for this particular engagement. I would say I'm highly appreciative, most especially to CareerLeap. I'm this kind of a person that is very, very sharp. Like, I'm very, very shy. Like when it comes to engaging people, but I must say that you guys have indeed molded me, and now I think I've actually improved. So, going to my visa application journey, and then to the point of me getting the visa as well. To be candid, I must say, in terms of building network building is highly recommended. You cannot just do it all alone. You just have to you know ensure this spirit of connectivity resides in you. You can't say, okay, you know it all. At first, I've actually been to the embassy 2 times before going again, just for me to have this visa. And I was denied. Banking on the 2 times I actually went to the embassy. Let me just say, I had no full knowledge, I had no in depth knowledge about how this particular process works. I would actually say a very big thank you to Mr. Biodun as well, because we met at a particular event. I think it's still based on this visa issues. So then after that, we started talking, started liaising about how the whole process is. So narrowing this down to the state of applying, let me just say, then I wouldn't want to say I'd been doing rubbish or whatsoever. He actually puts me through. If I'm lost, if I'm convinced in a particular part, it would just be like, oh, you should have done it this way. You can still do it this way. Just try to, spice it up, just for it to be okay and perfectly fit based on whosoever is reviewing this. Whosoever is reviewing this, banking on any school I must have applied to. And then, even before you apply, there is this particular fee waiver that you just have to pay before your admission or your application is eventually being reviewed. So it'll be like, it will just send links to me. Please jump on this. It just, I know you can do it after this thing is being waived. I'm very sure your application is going to be competitive, and then you're going to like have a considerable amount of scholarship. So I'll be like, at the point in time, I felt like, are these things not just too much? Like, you're sending links, I have to do this. Before you know it, I'll be like at the point of applying, then another link will just come. You have to do this, you have to apply. So I must tell you, in terms of the SOP, statement of purpose, if there is a particular mistake I must have made, it will just be like, I will just be like, that's after I must have shown the letter of the statement of application to him, like just for him to eventually review it. It will now be like, it seems you were supposed to do this way, should have written this particular way. Then I'll be like, let me just submit this thing like this, Jerry. They would understand at least. You'd be like, no, 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 don't, you just do it, just do it. And then in the short run, I would eventually do it. So to people that are actually applying, if you are at the point of applying, I would actually tell you that please do not bank on AI generated content. It is not advisable at all. Because at the point in time too, I felt like, oh, I'm tired of just, letting these things flow directly from my brain. Let me just bank on AI knowledge. And then let me just do with AI, and then just put in the application, and then just submit and wait for the best. But it was like, AI, you want to use AI? Do you know the implication at all of banking on AI? So to cut the long story short, I never relied on any AI. And I cannot, it's not like you cannot use AI. You can actually use AI. But please, maybe AI will just like put you through on what to do, on the things to write. But please and please and please do not copy like just the way it is from AI. It is never advisable. Then, in terms of the essays too, uh, he assisted me a lot in terms of the essays. Like if there are any blunders, he watched out for most blunders, like for me. And then at the point of correction, he actually corrects with love. Well, let me just say he corrected me then with love. Then in terms of your letters of recommendation, if you are currently at the point of applying as well, I would tell you that if you have people that you want them to recommend you, please and please and please try as much as possible to write the recommendation letters yourself. Okay, I think someone's hand is up.
Don't worry, go on to say.
Okay, thank you. So, the letters of recommendation, just try as much as possible to write these things yourself before, eventually giving it out to somebody for them to, upload, and then, for it to impact the school's websites or system whatsoever. Please, because there are some that doesn't really have your time at all. They just do not have your time in terms of they just give like generic response, or generic, they just put in like a generic application for you. So let me just cut the long story short, and then just move to the visa stage. To cut the long story short, I got a considerable level of scholarship. I got $78,000, which is actually quite strange, strange because I never saw that coming. Actually, I never saw that coming. And then from there, I went to the embassy. I went for my interview at Abuja. I've actually been there before. So the third time of me going to the embassy, I felt like this time around I am going to get this thing. And even prior to that, I had series of mock sessions with Mr. Biodun. If there's a particular mistake I make, we just be like, no, please say this way, say this that way. Do not say this this way. It shouldn't be like this. So I just held on to some important points, and then over there. Initially, when you get it, you feel scared because the atmosphere might not really be friendly, like it might not really be conducive. You will hear different hearsay, like people will be like, "Oh, like you, like, just like you will not be organized at all, but do not let that get to you at all. So I felt like this time around I'm definitely going to get this. So immediately I entered the hall, and then I started hearing different things being said, like because there is a way you can actually hear people whenever they are being interviewed. You will hear when they give responses, different responses to numerous questions being asked by respective views. So you'll be like, at times you might be like, this particular person ought to have said it in this particular way, or but please and please and please and please just be focused and just go for what you want. Be prepared. Bank on whatsoever thing you must have practiced, so that any questions being thrown to you, you'll be able, even if you've not actually practiced for that particular question, or you weren't expecting that particular question, if you had practiced before now, then you would definitely know what to say. So there were numerous questions being asked. They asked me, we could see that you've been here before. So what has changed? And by then, I could tell them something really relevant. I could tell them, this time around, I'm now competitive. The other two times I was there, I wasn't competitive at all. There was no certification. There were no certifications, rather, no funding at all. And, I must say, with the help of Mr. Biodun, candidly, he really put in a lot of works for me, just in terms of me getting this particular considerable level of scholarship. So what I would tell you right now is that please never give up, even if you have been to that particular embassy, even if it's more than once. Try as much as possible to do the right things. Do not just bank on your own idea alone. Stretch forth, like stretch your hands, seek for advice, build networks. It will definitely work for you. Just to round this up, I was asked like 4 questions, even after what has changed. And then, why do you think I should approve this particular visa for you? Ula, I got approved. And I could not really remember anything else being said by the VO. I just knew that I came outside and then, this joy, I was overwhelmed with joy actually. So that's just it. So never give up. I know you can do it. The fact that my visa was approved, yours is definitely going to be approved. Just do the right thing and try as much as possible to build networks. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Tosin. That was very detailed. Like the scholarship is actually a lot. That is fantastic. Congratulations, Tosin.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, let's go with Daniel Bubu. Daniel Bubu is going to Northeastern University, Canada. Hi, Mr. Daniel. Are you there? If you're trying to speak, you're muted. Yeah.
Okay. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Yeah. So thank you so much for this opportunity. First, I would like to start by appreciating CareerLeap. They've done so much, and I must commend them. I I would like to start to share my experience on how I met CareerLeap. Prior to my meeting with CareerLeap, I've been going through the hassle of trying to gain how to relocate or move to Canada, and I've met a lot of agency here and there, and I get despondent most of the time because at the end of the day, something ends up not working. So I got to meet Carol. I met them through an ad. They ran an ad online, and I saw it. And when I listened to the video, or when I watched the video, the first thing I said to myself was that this is too good to be true, because it was a very brief video and concise, but the way it was structured from the start to the end, and how affordable it was, because the previous agency and people I've been working with have spent um, ridiculous amount of money. So it was so affordable. And again, the school fees, I understand it would be a loan process. And I was like, wow. I showed some of my friends, and they also give me the same review that it's too good to be true. And I decided to try. And then I tried. I registered. I joined the CareerLeap Academy. I must commend the structure. First of all, when I joined, I think the first thing that was done was an interview, or a meeting was held with me and some people, just as we're having now, and they asked me a lot of questions, and they understood, okay, this is where you are, these are your documents, these are your credentials, these are your qualifications, and then they advised, this is what is best for you. And one thing I love about that meeting was how they were able to review my qualification, and then they were able to advise me rightly, okay, this is where you should go. And I followed their advice, and the next was they handed me over to an officer who took care of me. I think her name is Joy. After Joy got my credentials, ensure all my credentials were all arranged. The one I don't have, she requested for them. I got them, and then after that officer, another officer was also. I was transferred to another officer. I remember her name is Grace. Grace did a very good job, and she helped me with application. And I got two different admissions, and I selected one, which is Northeastern University in Canada, Toronto. And we kept going, and she encouraged me a lot. So fortunately, I think a week or two, a week or two, I got a letter from the school that I gained admission, and then after the admission, I got um, a request from the CareerLeap team that I need to do a loan application. So a loan application was applied, which I got about $50,000, yes, US dollars. And after that, then the visa application. Now, uh, I must commend this level of structure because the way it's so organized and structured made it so easy for me. I think CareerLeap is, if this is not because I'm being called to, I find this a privilege and an opportunity. They are the best because they made this so easy and effortless for me. When we got to the visa application stage, Mr. Gosgift is an outstanding person. He is so diligent. I must commend you, sir. If you're in this meeting, you've really been um, a huge blessing because you made it very easy for me during the visa application. I think him and Jerry, they helped me with the visa application, and they gave me a date, and then we came online together and started the visa application process. One thing about CareerLeap was I noticed that for each level of application or each stage we were, they were more detailed about the errors I made in my own document. For instance, the SOP application. So they were always looking at when the emails I send to the school when there's an issue, they look at it, review it, and then make their adjustments. So I must commend how detailed they were because if I had left those errors or if I had done them myself, I don't think I would have been here. And they made it so easy for me because they observed the details. So now to the visa application, uh, they started the visa application process together and with myself. And then during the visa application, it took about more than an hour, and during that process, what I noticed was they were always looking out for, and they were trying to ensure that everything was in place. The documents, all I needed, even the ones I don't have, we had to, postpone or wait until I had those documents so that it to be complete. Now, the most interesting part about this conversation is prior to my meeting with CareerLeap, I'd been told that after a visa application, you have to wait for 3 months, 4 months. So during that visa application, I had made up my mind that okay, because I applied in September. Yeah, I applied in September, and I had made up my mind that I'll wait until maybe January or December or thereabout. So they made the application very easy, and they applied, let's say today, and 7 days later, I was in my office just working, and I got a mail from the IRCC, and I was like, oh, let me show. I now have, because for every email I get or for every information I get, I reach out to Mr. Gosgift. He has been so helpful. Mr. Gosgift, God bless you. So I reached out to him, and then he said, okay, this is that. So when I got the mail, they were asking for my passport. I say, asking for this and that. I should come. So I don't know what an approval looked like. I've never seen an approval because my first attempt. I'm talking about 7 days, 7 days after my application. And then I sent it to him that this is what I just got from IRCC. And he was like, congratulations, your visa has been approved. I, 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 I can't express how elated I was that day. It was like a magic because I had already prepared my mind for 3 months, 4 months, or 5 months because I knew it's getting a Canadian visa or Canada visa. It's very, very Herculean. So I was so excited. And after the visa application, I mean, after I got the visa letter or passport request, I went there to the embassy. Uh, and another thing is, I've never been to CareerLeap office. I'm in Abuja, so um, I don't know where they are. So even as I saw them online at first, I was like, I need to see these people I'm working with. I've never met any of them. We talk every time and they make it so easy. So regardless of where you are, they make the job so easy. So I went to the embassy in Abuja and submitted my passport, got the passports later. And as I speak with you, I'll be resuming school in January. I'll be traveling by December 22nd because CareerLeap made this possible. And I want to use the opportunity to thank CareerLeap. In fact, they reached out to me recently to tell me that I'll have to do a mock interview with them on how to answer questions at the port of entry. That's to tell you that even after your visa process, they follow you at every step of the way. So, CareerLeap, I want to say thank you to you. You guys are the best. I don't know how you came up with the structures, but trust me, it's top notch because I've experienced a lot of agencies, a lot of companies helping people, um, do their relocation, schools, to study route, work, and the rest. But your structure is superb, and I must commend you all. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daniel. That is very motivating and inspiring, of course. Thank you very much. Really appreciate your kind words. We can't wait to see you in Canada. All right. So, all right, let's go. Chisom, hi, Chisom, are you there?
Yeah, and my wife.
Okay. Okay. Chisom, are you there? Hello, Chisom. Okay. Chisom, if you are trying to speak, you are muted. All right. John. Hi, John. Hello, John.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, John. Hi, good evening.
Uh, can you hear me very well?
Very well, very well.
All right. Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is John. I'm currently a student at Vanderbilt University in the United States. Um, However, I got to know about CareerLeap to I'm coming. Please, can you just give me some seconds, please? I'm trying to put some things in place because I'm currently doing some things. Okay. Please, just some seconds, please.
No problem, Danny. Take your time. We'll be waiting.
All right, so I'm back. So I got to know about CareerLeap through Abiodun. So I and Abiodun, we met on a group, on a GRE group. Yeah, that's how I got to know about Abiodun. So after I won my, I think last year we were both applying to some schools early this year. So yeah, so I think Abiodun is currently at Cornell and I'm at Vanderbilt. So when after our admission, so Abiodun gave me some guide on. Okay, Shitom is around already.
Okay, yeah, I'm here.
All right, okay, let me drop. All right.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay, good evening, everyone. Can anyone hear me?
Hi, Chisom, can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I can.
Yeah, I was going to say, since St. John has already started, let me just conclude. Then apologies for that, please.
Okay.
Yeah, so he has gone kind of halfway to the whole testimonial. Yeah, thank you. So, John, you can
Okay.
continue. Hello, John, are you there? Oh, I guess he's struggling with network. All right, Chisom, please just go on. I think he's busy. Just go on, Chisom. Hello, Chisom, are you there? You are muted if you're trying to speak.
Oh, sorry. Okay, my name is Chisom. You all know already. And I'm currently a US visa holder, if that makes sense. I'm sorry, don't mind me. I'm excited. So, I should talk about my experience with the visa, right? Can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Okay. Well, I am a very shy person. I think that was sorry, a call is coming in, so it's affecting my stuff. Naturally, I'm a very shy person, and I struggled with this for a very long time. So after getting my admission and scholarship, partial funding, and before now, I had gone to the embassy, I think like some years ago, about 2 years ago, with SFBU. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Hold on. Please, let me send a message. So, sorry. So before now, I had gone to the embassy with partial funding and the San Francisco Bay University. Yeah.
to me, I felt I was able to defend myself or explain how I could fund and all that story. And probably I was too shy to even explain. I was very nervous to deal with all that stuff. So during this time, I was telling my friends about my experience and Mr. Abiodun or Biodun, yeah. And he was super helpful. Like he was very, very helpful. He tried to address my DS 160. We did almost everything together, and the encouragement. Sometimes I would even get scared because I didn't go with full funding. Of course, you know MBA usually hardly get full funding, so I didn't go with full funding. Somehow I would get discouraged at some point, and then he would just try to encourage me, tell me that it's possible, and then I should pray. So I took my prayer life very seriously. I trusted Mr. Biodun. He was very nice. He was very helpful. He prepped me. We had a couple of interviews or mock sessions like so many times. And at some point, he told me about confidence, how to gain, how to, what word did I use? How to get over from nervous or whatever. So I try to understand my story. Sorry, calls are coming in and it's distracting me. I try to understand my story. That was the first step. You get. I understood my story, and the second step was building my confidence. So I repeatedly um practiced my answers. First, it was as if I was cramming, and then he prepped me too. He told me, he advised me, and at some point, it started flowing very well. Luckily, I did my interview in Abuja. When I got to the embassy, fast forward to when I got to the embassy, of course, you're going to see a lot of people like crowds. We were many. My interview was, I think, about 7:30. I got there. I even tried to come very early because somebody told me to come very early. If you come early, there will be few interviewers, and you will just ease your stuff and go. I came very early. Yet I saw a lot of people. We walked in. I had about 15 persons before me. There was this family. They have travel history. I think they've traveled to Europe and some other countries, and they've been to Dubai too. And they were denied. Then there was this elderly woman that was directly before me. She said she had gone to Canada, she had gone to UK, and she was denied. At that point, I was super, super scared. Like I was nervous, but somehow I remembered to be confident, whatever. And then the other will tell you that just forget anything that is happening in the whole. Just concentrate on yourself. Your story is different. Your stuff is different. So that was the mindset I went to. I met a lady. I think she's a Black American. And then she asked me where I was going to, why I was there. I answered. And then she asked me, okay, who will be funding? A couple of questions. Initially, I was scared, but at some point, I became very confident, like very, very confident. And then I started answering and smiling too. You get, I was answering and smiling, and boom, I got my visa. It was even like a miracle. I couldn't believe it till I walked out of the embassy, and I'm like, what just happened? And yeah, so that was my experience. So CareerLeap has been very, very helpful. Like they were helpful all through my I can't even give thanks without mentioning Mr. Biodo. Like, thank you so much. I am super, super grateful. If you can even hear me, you will understand that I'm a very shy person, and I had to deal with that, and I end my visa. I had about 80% funding, and yeah, so what else? I think that's all everybody should know about me.
Wow. Thank you so much, Isom, for that. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
welcome. Thank you,
thank you
thank
so
you, more. Thank you, thank you.
welcome
I'm
to the United
grateful.
States. Welcome to the United States.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much. I
Yeah.
really do appreciate. Thank you.
All right. All right. So John, are you still available to speak? Hi, John.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm available.
Oh, fantastic.
All right. Uh, let me introduce myself. All right. So uh I said I'm currently a PhD student at Vanderbilt University. Yeah. After I got my scholarship last year, I got to know about Abiodun. So then Abiodun has been one of those who gave me great guidance on how to go about my visa interview. So first of all, what I would just say about the visa interview step is that one, start preparing early. They said early preparations really matters. So it is nice when you start preparing early because you really don't know how things can happen. So you can think maybe you'll be having your visa interview like in some weeks or in some months, but then it can just come within days. Yeah. So someone like me, I was expecting my visa interview to come after I got my admission around April. I was expecting my visa interview should come around maybe June, July, or early August. So, however, after 1 week when I applied for, after like 2 weeks when I applied for uh my DS1 system and my visa, so almost immediately, I was not preparing for it, but I just heard that there's dates in Lagos. So exactly, I was just picking my dates. I was picking my dates for to like 2 days, 3 days, and I was very scared to pick this date because uh where I've heard about some guys whereby even with fully funded scholarship, they still got rejected. Yeah, even people having full that you're having a full funded scholarship, like fully covered, some still get rejected. Yeah. So knowing that, I was like, but then Mr. Abiodun was there. He was going to be there, like, this everybody's story is unique. It depends on how you tell your story. Any story you're having to tell, just be confident. Yeah, you should be very, very much confident. After confidence, you should know what you are saying. Sometimes you can be confident and saying rubbish, but then it is necessary you are confident and you should know you are saying the right thing. So that's is also part of it. So Mr. Abiodun was there to guide me. There were times he would okay, can I have your I-20 and your passport? I see, like simulating it in real world experience. So that's how he does it, even without. There were times we had the main mock and when we had a pre-mock. So the pre-mock would just you are mostly like you are unprepared for the interview. You can be doing something else, then you get the call from our one and only VO. Then you hear, can I have your I-20 and your passport? So at that, it keeps building the confidence that okay, even when anything happens, even when you are not aware, you can still answer very, very much confidently. So with that, it kept the consistency with the interview uh almost all the time. So Mr. Abiodun was very helpful during the mock session, during the mock interview process. So when I got to the interview, I was very, very amazed because when I got there, I do hear people saying they go there, some get rejected. I never know how rejection looks like, but then when I got there, I mine was uh when I got there to the on day of my interview, I think I was like I was having my meeting around, it should be around 10, but most times we are very scared because of the way Lagos transportations looks like. So we just like to go very early. So when I got there, I went there very early, got to VI, but I did my registration, my interview at VI. So when I got there, did all my screening, entered, and they started the interview. Some people at the front got blue letter. Is it blue letter or pink? Yeah, that is rejection. So when I saw that, I was now scared that this is what I'm seeing. This woman, it was on a Friday. She's the only one attending to she was the only one attending to visa people who came for interview. She was the only one. So I was like, this one is giving people pink this thing. She gave someone with fully funded offer a pink letter. I was like, then I was already very scared. I was already very, very scared. So when I got there, when it was my turn for the interview, she was like, okay, where am I going? So I remembered Abiodun telling me then that when you get there, you should be able to tell them that, okay, I'm going to the United States at, you are going to the exact place. Like, you should be very, very much specific to know where you are going to, and the professor's lab you want to work with, and what research work you want to work on. Like, you should know all those before you get there. So when I got there, I was very amazed that was the first thing she asked me. I was like, wow, this is a lot. So when it was my turn, exactly, I just told her, okay, I'm going to the United States, Nashville, Tennessee. Okay, when she asked me to do what, I told her I'm embarking on my PhD program where I'll be researching with Professor Jason on blah 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 project. So exactly, I just said that. She just asked me if I'm married or I'm not married or the rest. So, and she asked me when I'm done with the program. I think Abiodun also asked me about that also, that okay, when you're done with your program, what is your long-term goal? So she also asked me that. So at that, I was just giving her the reply the way she was asking, because it was what Abiodun has taken me through. So I was just like just like revision at her front. So after answering about those 5 questions, she just started typing something, and the next thing she gave me a white paper. I was amazed, because that was the first time. I never had the experience of rejection or the like. So I was very, very glad. So I think that was all. Yeah.
Thank you so much, John. I see you already in the US already.
Yeah. I'm currently in the
All
lab,
right.
don't self. I'm currently in the lab doing some works right now.
Wow,
So
fantastic. No wonder
yeah.
you were going off and on.
Yeah,
Well,
that's because Monday is going to be a long day, so I need to complete some things this weekend before.
yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.